Nein, ist nicht da. Da funktioniert es rein.
Time right now. You might not even need an express pass with it only being 10 minutes. Now, food and drinks are welcome on the tram, so if you want to bring something to eat or drink and enjoy it while you're on the tram, you can. This is the only attraction that will let you do that. We have a snack station here in our tram plaza, so you can purchase something from the snack station and enjoy it while you're sitting on the tram. We recommend visiting the restrooms before you board a tram today. Our tour lasts about 45 to 60 minutes, and restroom breaks are not offered during those 45 to 60 minutes. So visit the restrooms here in the tram plaza before you board a tram today. You can also bring drinks and snacks with you on the tram. We have a snack station here in our tram plaza, so you can grab something from the snack station, purchase something, and then enjoy it while you're on the tram today.
And now for the one called the 16 Here's what to watch out for on the Universal Studios tour. Watch out for the monsters. Watch out for the all-new animals. The Flash Flood. The all-new Runaway Train. The Party of the Red Sea. The filming on Stage 70.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard the world famous Universal Studio Tour. My name is Trevor. I'm going to be your tour guide this afternoon as we explore Universal Backlot. Hello there. Now, just a couple things. As you're boarding the tram, make sure you move on the way to the right-hand side of the vehicle, filling in all available spaces. In addition, if you're accompanied by any small children whose feet can't quite touch the ground, for their safety, make sure they're seated towards the center of the aisle away from the tram gates. And we do have a segment on this tour presented in 3D. If you're not already having a pair of 3D glasses, this is your one and only opportunity to get them. So please raise your hands now. You need 3D glasses. Now, you don't need to wear them just yet, of course. You only need them for King Kong 360 3D. So if you are wearing them right now, feel free to take them if you want, of course. But hey, after all, the world, it's already 3D. Now, if you look to the right-hand side of the tram, you'll see a little bit of the Universal Studios backdrop, or you'll be down there soon enough. Now, the studio lot is over 400 acres, and we're one of the biggest and busiest studios in the world. As such, we prepared the tours approximately 45 minutes to an hour long. Wow, fantastic. That, of course, after all, this is where it made up things like the classic tours of monster movies, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, television shows like the Emmy Brody series Hacks, starring Gene Smart, there's a Bel Air, Tag, The Voice, St. Dennis Medical, The Good Place. We'll have the chance to talk about all of that and more today. No, by the way, do you have any first timers here in the studio tour? Anyone doing this for the very first time today? Okay, immediately a couple of hands going up. Fantastic. Let's see. Big hand high in the second car. Hi there. Oh, a lot of hands going up. Fantastic. Perfect. Well, you chose the perfect day to visit Universal Studios. As it is a weekday. It's somewhat busy here on the studio lot today, which, by the way, means we may or not pass by some active filming, which means we might enter a quiet zone. So what that means is sometimes with warning, sometimes without. I've tried, but I can never promise anything. But you might see this sign pop up right here. A quiet, please sign. Now, really, this is more for me than anyone else because my voice is amplified. It's loud enough that my universe is filming. I can wear a backlot exterior set to one of our sound CDs. In particular, as we drive by our sound CDs, you might notice a different light flashes. There's buildings happening inside the sound stage. You'll see that sign pop over there. Now, even though I can't talk, by the way, if that sign pops up, you actually really probably lively about yourself. So I was just specifically over inside sound stage number 26 today, there will be season 2 of the television St. Dennis Medical that shows Thursday down the road and from Chucky and Allison Coleman. Inside sound stage number 33, Lynn Kay, working on Happy's Place, starring Ruth McIntyre. Now that we're heading out, look to your left and wave. Goodbye, everyone. Say hello. Goodbye. Goodbye. As we officially make our way out on the Universal Lot. Like I said before, my name is Trevor. You tour guide this afternoon. Chiefs for Universal Lot. Say hi to everyone.
Nice to all of us being here together, don't you think?
Hello, hello everyone. Welcome aboard the world famous studio tour. How y'all doing today? Thank you all for joining us. Does everybody on this tram have 3D glasses? Does anyone need 3D glasses? Please raise your hand up high so I could see it. Okay, I don't think I'm seeing hands for 3D glasses. But if I missed your hand and you do need 3D glasses, let one of our studio tour ambassadors know before we head out. Also, if you have a small child whose feet do not touch the floor, make sure they're seated in the center of the row away from the outside gates. They're going to be closing those gates shortly. Please watch your hands, arms, legs when those gates do close. And today we're riding on an electric tram. Check it out.
I'm proud to announce that Universal Studios Hollywood is converting the world-famous studio tour trams to become electric vehicles. As these trams roll out, guests will be experiencing all the movie-making action propelled by the latest energy-efficient technology. Now, this is just one example of NBC Universal's and Comcast's commitment to becoming carbon neutral by 2035, helping us all take another step toward reducing our carbon footprint. So, welcome aboard for an awesome experience that's also awesome for the environment.
Very awesome. Thank you, Al. And today we're taking you all through a real working movie studio. How exciting is that? Yes, have those cameras out and ready to take pictures. You've been hanging around the theme park. We're taking you behind the scenes to Universal Studios, the movie studio. How it works is we do the tour every day, but our route changes on a daily basis depending on filming. So, if there are any areas on the route that are closed today, it is because they're currently filming in those areas. All right. Oh, okay. So we are getting ready to roll. Last call for 3D glasses, folks. If anyone needs them, raise your hand. Okay, I think we're good. Do me a favor, wave goodbye to everybody out here. Bye, 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 bye. Because you're never going to see them again. Bye. And the fun begins right now. Let me introduce you to my co-host. He's the star of The Tonight Show on NBC, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Maylen.
And the greatest driver.
Monica.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Maylen
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
And safety is very important. Please pay close attention. First, if you need us assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, if you have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, fire effects, many water effects, so you may get wet. There are also sudden tram movements during the tour, so secure your personal belongings and hold on. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. Thank you very much. All right, we're taking you down the Universal movie timeline. You're seeing some movie posters around here. These are just a few examples of the thousands of movies Universal has made throughout the years. Our rich legacy in filmmaking began in 1912, continues on to today, from the Hollywood classics we all grew up with to the biggest blockbusters of all time. Some shot here on our lot. Now, on March 15, 1915, the founder of our movie studio, Carl Laemmle, opened up the gates of the movie studio. So this last March 15, 2025, Universal Studios celebrated its 110th year anniversary. Yes, 110 years for us. Coming up on the right, you're going to see Fire Station 51. That's a real fire station. Those are real firefighters. They're not actors. We're going to leave the real world behind right here as we take you inside the world of cinematic make believe. But first, look to your left. They're building a roller coaster. That's the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster opening up here next year. Come back and see us. All right, folks, we're about to take you inside our front lot. All together here at Universal, we have about 36 sound stages. If you don't know what a sound stage looks like, soon on the left you'll see our largest, stage 12. Throughout the years, stage 12 has been used to build some of the biggest sets, like Frankenstein's lab.
Shut off to my little friend!
Here in our front lot, recently we've shot some of our shows like Pax with Gene Smart, you can catch on HBO Max. Loot with Maya Rudolph, you can catch on Apple TV, and we're getting close and personal to the rest of our sound stages. Coming up on the left, you're going to notice that every soundstage has a large door. The large doors are the elephant doors. If you see any of those elephant doors open today, take a sneak peek inside. Sometimes you'll see sets in there, or they're building sets, or even dismantling them. Every soundstage has a small door. The small door is the stage door. And above the stage door, you see a red light, which is the wigwag light. When they're ready for filming, the director yells out the word action. The wigwag light turns on, letting us know out here they're filming in there, so we have to be very quiet, even though sound stages are 98% soundproof. Most recently, we were filming here the 4th and final season of our show Bel Air. Bel Air is a retelling of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which streams on our streaming platform, Peacock.
Did you just grab your water when you get so what is you put egg on the cheese? You put cheese on the eggs or on the cheese? That's right. Whoa, how many seats do you think are in there? I don't know, it's gotta be a lot. We could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew in there. You know, we gotta get one of these mansions. For sure. You're lucky for y'all, the Banks family mansion lives right here on the Universal lot. Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments? Oh, there's so many first enters. And how about you? Well, the Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold ice bath for hours. Yeah. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together, from hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Transpo, yes! Yo, Transpo's the best, and they have the sweetest rides for us to play with. Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we better go talk to Transpo now and let these people get back to their tour. Yeah, that sounds good. As long as I get to drive. Oh, not if I've got the keys. Oh, that's fun. Come on, man.
Again, you can catch Bel Air streaming on Peacock, and I want you all to say hello to my little friends. There they are, the Minions. Say hi to the Minions. Aren't they cute? They work for Illumination, the same production company that did the Super Mario Brothers movie. Right behind, you'll see stages 1819, recently used to film a new show called The 5-Star Weekend with Jennifer Garner, which will be on Peacock. Another new show shot in there, The Paper, which is currently streaming on Peacock. And 19 was used to film scenes for our Academy Award-winning movie, Oppenheimer. On the left, you're seeing a bear. That's Ted, everybody. What's up, Ted? Take pictures. Ted's a big star. Ted has not only made movies, Ted has been filming his own TV show here in our movie studio. Season 1 streaming on Peacock. He's been working on Season 2, executive produced and directed by Seth MacFarlane. Behind Ted, you're seeing a series of small buildings we call bungalows. And these are offices for some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, producers in town who have a development deal with our movie studio. Like Mark Platt Productions. Mark Platt is the producer of our movie Wicked with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. The second half of Wicked is being released later this year, entitled Wicked for Good. Very exciting. We're nearing a bungalow on the left, number 5195. It has a very important profile, the profile of director Alfred Hitchcock.
Good evening. My name is Alfred Hitchcock.
There it is on the left, director Alfred Hitchcock's profile. That used to be Hitchcock's original production office. Coming up on the left stage is 2526, home to a new comedy called St. Denis Medical.
Oh, I love a good buzzword. A Coachella type vibe. St. Denis Regional Medical. St. Denis Regional Medical.
That woman is a lot.
She's just quirky. St. Denis Regional Medical. The rhythm is finna get ya, and it got me.
St. Denis Medical, all episodes streaming now. Watch NBC on Peacock.
All right, folks, we're going to say goodbye to the front lot and hello to the back lot where the world is literally just right around the corner. Look to your left. You're going to notice tall buildings. They look like they're made out of brick and stone. In reality, they're made out of fiberglass, foam, rubber, metal, and wood. They're facades. They're just the fronts and sides of the buildings. We build here everything the camera needs to see, and we shoot all the exterior scenes at a larger scale. That's our New York metropolitan area. You know who's no stranger to New York? My co-host, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This was actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
That's right. And from New York, we're going to take you to London in a snap. Only is that possible at a movie studio, right? Makes traveling easier. If you look off to your right, you'll see a little New York there. But we're driving down London Square, the mural, the yellow buildings. This is London. And look at the architecture in London. It has more of a European feel to it compared to the architecture across the street in New York with more of a metropolitan feel. Look at all these plants right here. Those are prop plants. So they're going to be using them to dress up. Look across the street, though. You'll see a theater down there, and then right behind that theater is our very own Brownstone Street. There's no New York without a Brownstone Street. That area was used to film another one of our Academy Award-winning movies, The Sting with Robert Redford and Paul Newman. But New York doesn't just represent New York. It could also represent any metropolitan area in the world with the work and collaboration between the production designers, art directors, prop masters, and the hundreds of people that work behind the cameras who help bring these stories to life. For example, it was Gotham City for Batman and Robin, and most recently they dressed it up to look like downtown Boston in 1993 for Ted. Yeah, they even added street phones. You remember the pay phones you put in a quarter, make a call? Some of you do. For others, it's vintage. A lot of high-profile directors have collaborated with us here at Universal throughout the years, from Alfred Hitchcock to Steven Spielberg to Angelina Jolie to Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. Action! I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up with adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready.
All right, everyone, remain seated. Hold on to those personal belongings. No flash. Welcome to Skull Island.
The island. Nobody's lived here for hundreds of years. We were so sure.
sky.
My friends, you can't complain. You just finished meeting the biggest star here in Hollywood! King Kong! Yeah, and you know what? You're not gonna need your 3D glasses anymore, but keep them handy. You will be returning them at the end of the tour. That epic battle scene was projected on one of the world's largest 3D screens, standing over 40 feet tall, 180 feet long, utilizing some of the most modern-day technologies in filmmaking. The movie was designed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta FX. The filmmakers at Weta FX have won 7 Academy Awards, worked on movies like King Kong, Avatar, to name a few. And we're headed right behind King Kong's original home, New York. Now, the last thing I said about New York was that they dressed it up to look like downtown Boston in 1993 for Ted. So I'm going to show you some Ted, and you're going to see how they dressed it up for this show.
Hi everyone, Seth MacFarlane here, and I'm excited to share with you a behind-the-scenes look at my Peacock original event series, TED. It's a prequel series set in 1993, and that means our skilled craftspeople had to build a high school, a house, and even recreate downtown Boston as it looked back in the day, using exterior sets and facades that you're about to see on the tour. But I should warn you, TED is intended for mature audiences only. So grown-ups, tell the kids to go in the other room before you watch. Oh, come on!
Ted might act like a little monster, but King Kong's considered to be a movie monster, and Universal invented the horror movie genre. Yes, we did. Soon on the right, you're going to see a beautiful mural paying a tribute to our classic monsters, created by artist Tristan Eaton.
An instrumental part of the process of designing these murals was getting to go to the Universal Archive. Going there, I got to see in person props from the movies, photos from behind the scenes, original illustrations from those movie posters, all this stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind making movies, but I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I come from is skateboarding and graffiti and comic books. You always have to pay homage to where that art form started. And for me, it started with painting stuff in the street illegally, tagging billboards and dumpsters. Without that, I never would be here using spray paint like this.
Now on the left, you're going to see some sound stages back here. 3031 is currently home to The Voice. They're currently filming season 28 of The Voice. 3233, currently home to a comedy called Happy's Place, starring Reba McEntire, who's back as a coach on The Voice this season, season 28, alongside with Now Haran, Michael Bublé, and Snoop Dogg. The lake on the left was used to film one of our classic monster movies, Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's part of our legacy of horror movies, monster movies that stretches from Dracula 1931 to the Dark Universe and Universal Epic Universe, which recently opened up in Orlando, Florida. We're on our way to Little Europe. Our Little Europe could represent any European country in the world with just changing the languages on the signs. It was Pamplona, Spain for City Slickers, Paris, France for the Pink Panther, the Caribbean for Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's where we shot our first Academy Award-winning movie in 1930, All Quiet on the Western Front. It was Germany for that movie, and it was also the afterlife for The Good Place with Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this.
You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Hi there. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
What's super awesome is, since Universal invented the horror movie genre, all your favorite classic monsters got their start here. This was Iping, England for The Invisible Man, Transylvania for Dracula, Paris for The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
You don't really think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera.
classic.
They're just brilliant. That Frankenstein, flathead. It's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the universal horror.
I was just mesmerized by it.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now. We love them.
Our tour is approximately at the halfway mark. I just want to remind everybody to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property. If you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I'll be back to assist you, but do remain seated on the tram. All right, folks, here's some classic Frankenstein scenes that shot in Little Europe.
The monster. He's in the woods. Get out the bloodhouse. Raise all the men you can, lock them indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Go! Your torches and
Why don't you shoot me?
Alrighty, folks, please remain seated. Hold on to those personal belongings. We don't want to tamper with anything in here. We're about to take you inside a real soundstage. It's all dressed up as a San Francisco metro station. They're in the middle of production. You see all the production items here they're using for filming. And right now they're filming the continuity of one of their scenes. Anytime a director shoots a scene, they have to take different takes using different angles. Prop masters have to make sure everything's placed in the same spot they left it for the first take. Whoa! Okay. Don't worry, folks. It's a little tremor. It happens in California. One set of blue, no big deal. Or maybe not. Everyone hold on! industrial mechanical effects IDs have been featured in dozens of disaster films and shows. The attraction is modeled after the classic disaster movie Earthquake. The movie Earthquake celebrated last year its 50th year anniversary. This year, of course, it's our movie Jaws. So folks, we've been through way too much already, way too much. I need a vacation. I think y'all do too, y'all looks like it. Let's go to the beach. Who wants to go to the beach? All right, put your hands down, folks. Forget it. The beach is closed. Unbelievable. I'll tell you why they closed down the beach. This great white man eating shark terrorized the waters of the beach. Don't worry, folks. They caught it, okay? And there's the shark that they caught. Make sure you post, take pictures of that shark that they caught, everybody. Make sure you post those pictures on whatever social media you're on right now. Let everyone know they caught it, okay? The police is still making sure everything's cool, calm, clear, under control. What? Oh no, okay, they say there's a shark in the water. If you see that shark in the water, don't take pictures, folks, okay? We don't want that in any social media. You hear me? None. Wait, what's that guy? George? George, what are you doing in there? Get out of there, George! Hurry! Get out! No! I can't believe this! He totally needed a bigger boat. We've been asking for it since 1975. Nothing. Yeah, we're leaving. Let's go. Hurry. Faster! Faster! Why are we stopping? Oh no, we're stuck, folks. Great. Well, as you see there, the shark is working. Although, while they were filming the movie, it hardly worked. The production crew was calling the production flaws instead of Jaws, because the shark wasn't working. And the director, Steven Spielberg, named the shark Bruce, the same name of his attorney. From a practical shark to a practical set, we are on our way to Old Mexico. Welcome to Old Mexico, everyone. We're going to show you how weather effects are made in movies. And that's movie thunder, my friends. How do we create movie thunder? Big, big lights hidden from the cameras, add a little sound effect. Voila, movie thunder. How about the movie Rain? The movie Rain falls out of sprinklers that are hidden from the cameras. A Hollywood illusion. And guess what, folks? You're in luck because I'm a movie director. I know how to take care of this with one word. And that word is cut. Okay? Why don't you help me out here? Say it one more time with me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cut! Okay, forget it. That didn't work. But it didn't work because we're in Mexico. Let's try it in Spanish. Corten. All right, help me out, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Corten. Oh, no. Wait. What did we do? Ay, 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 amigos. I can't believe it. What did we do? Flash flood. Let's see how the camera captures that moment in Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun the wolf, Jack!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Funny folks!
All right, folks, we're going to say adios to Mexico and howdy to 6 Points, where all the famous Western stars used to roam around. Movies like Sony's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Quentin Tarantino, shot here. A24's Maxine with Mia Goth, to name a few. But let's see how this area looks like when it comes to life with a little help from my friend Jimmy Fallon.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot here.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on me, Fallon. Now get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
All right, folks, we're going to be headed back up towards Amity Island. Here's the director of the movie Jaws, Steven Spielberg.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Yep, I heard y'all screaming. Amity Island was also the cabin code for the TV show classic Murder, She Wrote, with Angela Lansbury, who played the role of Jessica Fletcher on the show. And coming up on the right, you're going to see a house that looks like this. It's what we call a practical set. Why? Because we could film both indoors and outdoors. Once they could film inside and dress up inside, it becomes a practical set. Now, the house behind it, the yellow house, that's another good example of what I spoke about earlier, a facade, just the front and side of the house. And right across the street, there's a neighborhood full of facades, practical sets. More celebs have lived inside this neighborhood than in Beverly Hills. Let's check it out. I'm going to point out some houses here. Start off with some classics. The third house on the left, the gray house, was the Munsters house. And then right across from the Munsters on the right, you're going to see a white house where the Cleavers live. Leave it to Beaver. I don't know how these people got along. And then right behind the Munsters house, the yellow house, that's where Debbie lived with her family in Never Have I Ever, produced by Mindy Kaling. But back to the white house on the right. That house was blue because that was Ted's house too.
Let the festivities begin.
How many we got?
Well, let's see. We got 20 cartons.
Fantastic.
Do you think we're getting too old for this?
Oh, come on, Johnny, we're doing a public service here. If a kid leaves the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town. We're Samaritans.
And And so Ted's house that was blue was recently painted white for a new series that was filming here called The Burbs, starring Keke Palmer, based on a movie that also shot here called The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks. But this neighborhood has been through a lot throughout the years. It was destroyed by a comet in Deep Impact, terrorized by Freddy Krueger on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6, infested by vampires on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And a bunch of desperate women also lived here, yeah. Welcome to Wisteria Lane, home of the desperate housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
What the heck? Let's face that.
And we're headed up Steven Spielberg Drive. We have a long relationship with the Academy Award-winning director.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage. And I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
We're approximately 15 minutes from the end of the tour. We'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance. Remain seated at all times. All right, folks, a little warning. This next area, they have all the mazes up for Halloween Horror Nights, all right? But anytime you see a vehicle in a movie or TV show, it's what we call a picture car. Some of these cars are more famous than the actors who drive them. On the left, you're going to see some of your favorite picture cars from some of our movies like Fast and Furious. But it was a road just like this one on a dark and drizzly night. A young woman named Marion Crane was escaping authorities after stealing $40,000 from her boss. She came to this motel. Had 12 rooms, 12 vacancies.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Was attended by a man named Norman Bates. Guess what, folks? The 12 rooms are still vacant today. If anyone needs to take a break, a shower, whatever, we're getting closer to the Psycho house. Guess who still lives there? Mother. She's usually seated by the top window, keeping an eye out on her son, Norman Bates. So look upstairs. If you see Mother, say hello. Oh, look who's visiting today. Her son, Norman Bates. Why, hello, Norman. So nice of you to finally visit your mother. How sweet. Hey, Norman, maybe you could hook us up with like a deal and slash some prices off the motel stay tonight. What are your thoughts? What are you doing? Not like that, Norman. Don't put it away. What are you doing? This is a family-friendly tour, Norman Bates. That's rude. Unbelievable. Wait a second. What happened here? Disaster struck in War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Cruise. What we see here is a real 747 they destroyed for this scene.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steven.
And for them to sit down and talk about war in the world, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, man. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now I'm closed. Robbie, get in.
Yeah, okay.
Get in.
And Universal has been fortunate to work with generation-defining directors like Alfred Hitchcock and Steven Spielberg. Now we're thrilled to partner with Academy Award winner Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
We're on our way to Jupiter's claim the actual set from his sci-fi thriller Nope. To tell you about the set is director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on.